This is the next step in the construction of a quarter scale Piper Cub. And this is a view of the wing before the leading edge is installed. Right? And before any of the cap strips are installed on the wing, the cap strips go on there. And before you put this part of the leading edge on, and the tip, this wing tip is already shaped, and that's the laminated wing tip. And this cub, what I'm attempting to do is to make a replica of the full-scale Piper Cub that I flew for years. I try to make it as exact and as to scale as I possibly can in the cockpit and on the scale landing gear, on the scale struts. And so the next thing I'll show you is what we do before we cover the wing. Now this shows the leading edge installed and shaped, and the cap strips are on and sanded down to make sure that you use a long sandpaper box to sand the wings so the ribs are exactly the same, so you don't have any bumps when you put the fabric on. And the wingtip stalls are laminated and sanded down. And I assemble the airplane to make sure the wing and the brackets on the struts. You have the brackets for the struts, and you have brackets for the interplane struts. To make sure they're in the right place before you put the cover on, because after it's covered, they're very hard to get at. So these are scale struts, metal struts, and the brackets are bolted into the wing, the same as on the full-scale Piper Cub. So the brackets are much the same. The wing is fastened on the same way as the full-scale Piper Cub. So the next step now would be to take the wing off and start the covering process. First, the balsa strip plank installed first. And then to shape the leading edge, you take a square piece of balsa and glue it on to the end of the ribs. So then it's square like this. Then you start shaping. And I use the template to make sure the airfoil is the same as on the full-scale Cub. These were measured from the plans of a full-scale Cub and reduced to a quarter to make sure they're exact same scale as the full-scale. So then what you start carving and shading until you get the same shape all the way across. So I keep on, and you tape down to here, and then you go in between it and I have a small wood plane that I use to shave it. Just get started.
Is that a pretty fast job? Does it go pretty fast?
No. It's a very slow job. You have to have a lot of patience. And then you plane it down to where you get shaped. Then you start with sandpaper, with coarse sandpaper, and you just keep sanding until you get it exact shape. The leading edge is going to be shaped, and that far back to here on the wing. Then you got a quarter scale of a full scale Piper Cub wing. So you have to go all the way like that, and sanding and shaping and planing and to get it to shape. So when you have that finished and everything sanded down so you don't have any bumps or anything sticking out, then you can start the covering process.